Wow, I'm so excited.
You know, we didn't see your T-shirt.
Yeah, I know.
You don't get picked because of your T-shirt.
No, it's just a vibration, no?
That's it. But it's a nice sentiment.
Yeah.
And our thoughts and prayers are with all of you.
Wow. So first of all, thank you. I'm so excited to be here in front of you. I came all the way from Israel. And your teaching really, really changed my life. And thank you for being you. Thank you. Okay. So I have a few questions. I guess the first one is about running a business. Because on the one hand, I have a business in Israel, and I recently opened a new one. And my question is, like, on the one hand, I want to let the universe, like, take care of it. And on the other hand, you have stuff you need to do, like.
But think about this. What you're asking from the universe is inspiration and cooperative components. But you're not asking the universe to replace your zest for life or your love of action or your own hands in your own clay. It's so lovely to be physically focused with things to do that feel exhilarating. The most delicious state of being is to be in enough alignment that an idea is hatched, and then to be consistently enough in alignment that the idea continues to expand to the point that it just calls cooperation from you. So in the beginning, the vortex is gathering the cooperative components, and the momentum is becoming more and more and more. And a lot of the momentum is happening within what you would call the thought realm. But then it reaches the place where other things start to line up, actual people and experiences and buildings and products and flows of money and that sort of thing. And the most delicious part of deliberate creating is to be vibrationally positioned to hear and get the impulse that you then want to act on. Sometimes people who have been attempting to create and doing it in a rather mediocre way through mostly action have been working too hard through their action, and so now they say, oh, well, I'm going to try it the thought way, which means I don't want to do anything because I'm burned out and I'm tired, so I want the law of attraction and the universe to make this go for me. And we say the universe and the law of attraction will make it go for you, but you will never be out of the equation. You are always wanting to be in the receptive mode to receive the next idea that you can move forward on. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like your business, and it isn't fun, and you don't feel like you have your hands in the clay. It would be like saying, all right, so I believe in law of attraction, and I know my inner being knows that I'm a magnificent sculptor. And so you take your big clump of clay and you throw it down on the table and you say, good job, universe. And then you look at it and you think, well, it's different. Someone surely will want to come and buy it. And we say, that's far different than you having an idea in your mind where you are molding it in to the vision that you have in your mind. How much satisfaction really is there in? Not that much. The satisfaction is in the next idea and the next idea and the next idea and the next idea and the next people joining you and the next conversations and the next unfolding. The whole point of creation is for the pleasure of it. Don't be too ready to just let the universe take care of it, because your inner being didn't say, go forth and do nothing and we'll do your creating. Your inner being said, go and decide and launch rockets and we'll support you. And we will give our undivided attention to what you want. And you will be in the receptive mode so that you'll be standing right there to receive the idea to act on and to receive the impulse to act on. Because it is for the pleasure. There is no creation to be completed that will give you any satisfaction just because it is a creation that you have completed. It is the process that is the thrill.
Yeah. No, I do
Did
take
you hear
action.
it?
Yeah. I do take action, and I love to take action, but like, what do I do when I need to do something that I don't really feel like doing it? Just try to align the energy before, or just don't do it, think about something else?
It's like the analogy that we offered earlier. If insurance is required, get it. Otherwise, there's going to be resistance, because you really don't want to be running afoul of a law that could impact you in some negative way. And so here's the philosophy that we encourage. Make a decision and then line up with the decision. So if there is some aspect of the business that needs to be done and you don't want to do it, then attract someone who wants to do it. But don't attract somebody else who's like you and doesn't want to do it. You know what? You can't attract someone who wants to do it when you don't want to do it. Come and do this thing for me that I have no desire to do whatsoever. Come and do this lousy, crummy, crappy part of my business for me. Instead, what you say is, this is a multifaceted business, and there are many things that are a match to many people. And I want to find the person who's ready for this right now, that this is what they are looking for. This is what they're asking for their experience for where it stands right now. Because there's always a match to every aspect of every phase of everything, you see. And so if you don't try to replace the responsibility of the law of attraction and make that responsibility your own, you can have a joyful experience while you attract others who are ready and willing and able to take those places. But there are so many things. Let's say that it needs to be done. There's no one there to do it but you. So what's the path of least resistance? Not do it or do it. The path of least resistance is to do it, because it feels much better to do it than not to do it. So once you've figured that out, do it, but decide to do it and feel good while you're doing it. Don't decide that you're going to do it because it needs to be done. Remind yourself of what's important about it and why it matters to the business, and allow yourself the opportunity to understand how you fit into that. Haven't you had the experience on many occasions of saying to yourself, I really don't want to do something, but once you get involved with it, you begin to enjoy it? Because as you get involved, you forget about why you don't want to do it, and your resistance goes away. And when your resistance goes away, your inner being kicks in and gives you all kinds of great ideas how to enjoy doing this, or how to more effectively do this, or how more efficiently do this. Esther makes this statement, and she means it. There's not one aspect of my business that I don't enjoy when I'm involved in it. And she's involved in lots of details, many details that she could delegate to others, that she does because she enjoys doing it, because she likes the feedback that the universe gives her in her participation with it. And then sometimes it gets a little lopsided, because she does enjoy the physical so much, and sometimes she gets more physical activities on her plate than she can really do in comfort and in pleasure. And when that happens, she begins to feel the discord of that, and then she gets out her placemat process. Her placemat process, which we delivered to Jerry and Esther many years ago when she was in the early stages of business with so much to do, not nearly enough people to delegate to. Most of the action was on her plate, and she was overwhelmed with the things that she needed to do. They were in a restaurant. There was a big piece of butcher paper across the tablecloth, and Esther said, Abraham, I don't know what to do. I have too much to do. And we said, draw a line down the center of this. And on the left side, write, things I will do today. And on the right side, write as a header, things I want the universe to do. And then we said to Esther, look at your to-do list, which was lengthy. She had pages and pages of things that she felt almost panicked about needing to do. And we said, look at your list and write on your side of the placemat only the things that you either want to do today or that must be done today. So she looked at the list, chose almost nothing that she wanted to do because she wasn't oriented that way at that time. But she chose a handful of things that really needed to be done today in order to not negatively impact others who were involved with her, and so on. She made a short list, and then we said to her the most important thing that she has ever heard us say. We said, take however long it takes and write everything else on your list on the universe's side of the placemat. She sat there for 30 or 40 minutes and transferred from her list everything else. And with each thing she wrote on the universe's side of the placemat, she felt resistance lift from her, because what she was doing for herself was letting herself off the hook of something that was impossible to do. And she also had enough level of trust in us and in the capability of the universe that as she wrote it, she just felt lighter and lighter and lighter. And when they left the restaurant, she accomplished her short list in a very short period of time. It was remarkable how effective and efficient she was, because she was no longer wadded up. She was no longer spinning in her own juices. She was no longer incapable of clarity because she had so much confusion going on within her. There was no confusion within her when she left the restaurant. She had only this to do. And she did it in short order. And by the end of that day, the universe had completed 3 times what she had completed. People she wanted to call had called her. Things had taken care of themselves. It was unimaginable to Esther before the conversation and before she witnessed it. She had no idea the capability that the universe has of taking care of details of her life. She thought those details were all hers. She thought that was the burden that she had to carry around. And it isn't. The universe is gathering cooperative components. You've just got to get yourself in the right mindset, meaning the right emotional set, meaning the right point of attraction, in order to allow the cooperative universe to assist you in the big life that you have planned for yourself, you see. Action-oriented people better choose little lives. Big thinkers better get lined up with source energy.
Right. Thank you.